Good evening, my LinkedIn family, LinkedIn friends, and of course, good evening to everybody who is joining on my Facebook page and on my profile. Thank you very much for joining me after a very long time. I know I have not been running live for a while now due to my tight schedule of work, I would say. But here we are. Even though I have not run some video events, I used to run some audio events. And then last week, I had to cancel. Previous week, I had to cancel my video event that was scheduled. I'm so sorry about it. But welcome back. And I'm doing my level best at least from now onwards to run minimum 2 to 3 audio events or video events for a month. I used to run at least 4 events. This is the 94th episode that I run. So let me say a few things about myself. You must be wondering, okay, if you haven't been here before, you might wonder who this guy is. You know that I'm Amithe, but then just some additional information. My name is Amithe Gamage, as you all know. I'm a certified professional coach, and then my niche is I love to work with CXOs. And then apart from that, I help companies thrive with their LinkedIn business pages. I have a boutique agency and I have a small team where I use my LinkedIn experience and expertise to help those companies. And then I have clients in Australia, UK, and India when it comes to managing these business pages. Of course, my coaching clients are from different countries in the world, but I have worked very closely in the Middle East, especially in Dubai, and other clients are from the US, the African region, and then, of course, some clients from Malaysia. Yeah, this part of the world, especially ASEAN region. And then apart from that, I work very closely with young entrepreneurs. My 14-year-old son has an academy to teach entrepreneurship to kids and teens. So I also advocate early entrepreneurship education for kids. And apart from that, I launched a LinkedIn course for SMEs to leverage LinkedIn business pages and their profiles strategically. And it's available on Loku Business platform. It is available only in the Sinhala language. So if you are a Sri Lankan business owner and if you want to know how to leverage LinkedIn business page as well as LinkedIn profiles, along with the LinkedIn profile, all what you have to do is go to Loku Business platform, look for my course, and it's available. So now, today, the topic is very important for all of you. Today's event, the video event, I'm going to talk about my journey to finding global clients on LinkedIn. How did I find, or how do I find global level clients on LinkedIn? So I thought it is important that I share my journey as well as how do I leverage LinkedIn to find global clients. So I have a friend who is here, whom I have interviewed earlier, Gayan. Good evening, Gayan. Thank you very much for joining. You were a guest in my show once. We were talking about personal finance management. Gayan is a top finance leader in the country as well as a HR leader. You don't find people who have excelled in finance and HR together, but then Gayan is someone like that. Anyway, it's a great strength to have you here. Thank you. And then, of course, we have Dilani joining from Candy. Greetings from the Best Tech Startup Cloud Content Marketing Private Limited, which is located in my Misty Hills in the Central Region. Yeah, hi, Dilani. Thank you for joining. I know you are doing a great job, especially helping startups and organizations in content. And so talking about my journey, let me start sharing some stories. So before the pandemic, I was purely focusing on local companies. I was not at all focusing on global level clients. I was happy. I used to do my training programs, my coaching programs, and my consultancy programs locally. I was happy. Business was good. Everything seems to be fine. And then came COVID-19. And then I was struggling with business. Local businesses were struggling. Even after the COVID was over, Sri Lanka went through a financial struggle. Yeah, we are still going through a financial struggle. Economically, financially, the country is not doing well. So whatever I did after or during COVID-19 really helped me to gain global level clients. So talking about LinkedIn, what did I do on LinkedIn before COVID-19? Let's say, 2017, 18, 19, I got connected to people who are industry leaders, because having them on your profile, them seeing your content is important. So I also got connected to the HR fraternity. That was my target audience, because I do training programs, I do coaching programs, and it is the HR industry or HR fraternity who would decide to send their CXO or CEO or a manager on a coaching program or a training program. So during that time, before COVID-19, before the pandemic, I was getting connected to the HR fraternity locally, got connected to a lot of local CEOs, C-level executives from Sri Lanka, because I was targeting them. I wanted to work with them when it comes to coaching, when it comes to training, even consultancy. Like it is more or less CEOs or the managing directors or the directors who would recommend when you send a quote for a consultancy job, you will get a recommendation from one of them. Yeah, I know him. I have worked with them. I have seen what Amithe is doing. That endorsement is very, very important inside the organization for you to get your purchase order. When the other decision makers, when the members of the decision making unit is struggling whom to give the order, your CEO, your director would make an additional comment and say, hey, look, I can recommend Amithe. That's a huge win. But then I was, as I told you, was mostly focusing on local business. Even though I have traveled to a number of countries looking for business physically, I was not focused on getting business on LinkedIn when it comes to outside Sri Lanka. It was purely focusing on local. And then I was happy I was having enough business. And then came the pandemic. Now, with the pandemic, I moved my attention from local to global. I realized I have been putting all my eggs in one basket. So suddenly, with the pandemic, my business started struggling. Nobody wanted to contact me because their businesses were struggling. So during COVID, what did I do? I shift my focus from local to international, from local to global. So what did I do? Let's see what I actually did. I connected with global industry experts. I used to get connected with local industry experts. Instead, I started focusing on global industry experts, whatever the industry may be. And I checked the industries, especially where I believe certain industries could spend more on the businesses that I was targeting. Let's say, for an example, if I'm looking at coaching or if I'm looking at consultancy, I was looking at industries where their budgets are big when it comes to coaching or maybe consulting. Not every company is willing to spend money on certain projects. So I was reading a lot. I read a lot about those industries, and I realized some industries have extra budgets and they are spending lavishly. And I used to get connected to those industry experts, those industry leaders. I just didn't send a connection request to some random person. It was very much targeted. So I used to do a lot of research about the person I'm getting connected. Explore the environment by way of reading news and news articles. I got myself into a lot of groups. So today I'm a member of 80 groups where I get to learn about what's happening in those industries where these groups are active. So what else did I do? I ran when during the pandemic, LinkedIn also introduced a lot of new features. So uh, to date, I have been part of 175 events, and that includes the 94 events that I have personally run. That's around 94. Uh, Mostly it is video events, just like this. And then, of course, there are few events, uh, maybe around 10 audio events. But I have participated to more than 75 events as well. So overall, it was 175 video or audio events. And then I started following more pages because I was also planning to get into LinkedIn business page management. So today I personally follow 2,426 pages. And then I also realized when LinkedIn launched newsletters, some of these newsletters can really give me a lot of insights. So today, for your information, I have subscribed to 518 newsletters, and I follow 163 hashtags, which are very, very important. And then in terms of some of these industries, I also have activated Google alerts with certain keywords. So whenever there is a major incident happening in the industry, that particular industry, Google would send me an alert at the end of the day. So Google alerts have really helped me to be connected with these industry events, industry happenings, launches, and then even with the current clients, I am very much aware of what's happening in those industries because I was connected to those events, industries, happenings through Google Alerts. So if you haven't used Google Alerts, it's time that you use Google Alerts. So we have Gayan. Thank you for this comment. Local plus global. Glocal, a new word. So we are listening to a global LinkedIn, a local LinkedIn expert. I still don't want to, what can I say, boast about myself saying that I'm a LinkedIn expert, but I am expert. How? Because I walk the talk. I cater to global clients because I know how to leverage LinkedIn. And then I also help global level companies, especially SME side, leverage LinkedIn business pages. So yeah, in one way, you can look at me as an expert because I'm walking the talk. And moving on, what else did I do? Now, I talked about getting into groups, running events, and participating in many events, following a lot of pages, and then subscribing to very important newsletters. So much so, I have subscribed to 518 newsletters, which are important to me and my journey. Of course, not forgetting the Google Alerts. Then you have to have an understanding about the global business landscape. There are a lot of opportunities in some of the industries and some of the markets. For an example, I started some operations in Dubai because Dubai is one of the most exciting markets. People are talking about recession, markets going down. I don't think those news or that information is not true for Dubai, for Middle East. So when you know an expert saying, hey, this market is going down, I'm sure there are markets that you can look at where those markets are not going down, and talk to those business leaders, CXOs, get connected to important people in those markets where those markets are not struggling. Because if you talk to a market or an industry where they are thinking about a recession, even though you are trying to talk to them about increasing their business by way of you supplying your product or service, they are not going to listen to you 100%. So you'll have to convince them in a you have to put more effort to convince someone operating in those struggling market. So look at some markets where they are not struggling. Look at those industries where they are thriving in those markets and get connected to them. This is what exactly I did. So LinkedIn can serve you as a special door which can open other doors, business opportunities for you. It is easy to reach those clients who are operating on those thriving markets through LinkedIn. You don't have to go there first. You can actually use LinkedIn and get connected to those individuals, industries, and markets. So before I get connected to them, what did I do? Just like everyone else who are thriving on LinkedIn, I always check my LinkedIn profile. If you can remember, those who are connected to me would know, I used to change slightly my LinkedIn headline, because I also experimented with my LinkedIn headline, my about section, based on what I do. For an example, I've been live streaming for good 2 years, and then the intensity came down. I couldn't do as much as I used to do. So I had a piece of my headline as a live streamer. I removed it because I realized I was not live streaming as much as I used to do. So, okay, we have a comment from Dilani. No one will introduce you as an expert until you introduce yourself as an expert. I learned it from, she has learned it from me. Yeah, of course. You should know your expertise, and then you should be able to say it without any fear when you know that you are an expert. Of course, I know I consider myself an expert, but then there are more seniors. There are people who have done it, probably doing it better than me. Yes, I'm not the number one yet, but then who knows? I'm on my way there. So thank you, Dilani, for that comment. So moving on, what else have I done to get more global clients? So optimizing your profile is very important, which I have done. And then I have experimented with changing some of the elements in my headline, changing my about section to represent what I do. Those are some of the things that you could do, because you evolve over the period of time. Even though I do live streaming, I don't want to call myself a live streamer when I live stream maybe once a month. I need to do it more consistently. But then with my travel, sometimes it becomes a little difficult. But I'm planning to, probably I would go live from Dubai in next month. I'm doing my level best from the hotel that I'm going to stay. I'm planning to go live. Let's see how it goes. And then I experimented with almost all the new features added by LinkedIn. Now, you may realize LinkedIn has given us so many new tools, added a lot of new features. Talking about the pandemic era, they introduced LinkedIn live video. And my question is, have you ever gone live on LinkedIn? I know when you think about it, you go crazy. Oh my God, how can I ever go live on LinkedIn? Maybe you can do some Facebook live and then get familiar and then come to LinkedIn and do it. And then the other thing what you could do is, I ran LinkedIn audio events. Now, for your information, I ran, of course, the first LinkedIn live talk show. I host probably this is the longest running LinkedIn live show in the country. And I ran the first LinkedIn live audio event too. And probably I have run the most number of audio events on LinkedIn. I really don't know why people don't leverage these new features added by LinkedIn. And then talking about LinkedIn audio events, I have come across most unlikely people join LinkedIn audio events because they don't have to show their face, or they can actually live uh, talk to me live. Now, if you want to talk to me live here, you have to comment. That's the only way. And so if you run an audio event, the other person can actually talk to you and to the audience. We have Amintha, all the best, brother. He says, thank you, Amintha. He's one of the top corporate trainers in the country. I would love to recommend him here to my audience. If you are looking for a good trainer, a good motivator, for your next program, next corporate event, talk to Amintha. He could actually help you. Yeah. And he's a well-wisher, and I wish him all the best as well. Thank you very much for helping the local companies and the community in this struggling time to do better. So moving on, what else have I done? Like I told you, I just can't believe people don't use these new features added by LinkedIn. I don't want to call some of them even new, because probably they are 2 years old. Right? For an example, LinkedIn newsletter. I know I'm to be blamed. I haven't still launched my newsletter, while having almost 37,000 connections on LinkedIn. And then I haven't still, it's a little overwhelming as well. You run a video and audio events, and then you post almost daily. Like I'm on the ball. You will not find me not posting daily. Probably 7 days for the entire year, you will find me not posting. So, if I decide to have a LinkedIn newsletter, and if I disappoint you, that would be bad. So and I'm still thinking about on which side I should have a newsletter, because I'm on coaching, I'm on consultancy, I'm a corporate trainer. I advocate early childhood entrepreneurship, and then I do consultancy. So sometimes I wonder, okay, how do I run a LinkedIn newsletter? Yeah. Until I figure out, you can start trying all these new features. So this is another thing that I did. I used almost all the new features. I tested them, I tried them, and they have worked for me. And then about networking, I started networking strategically. And one of the most simple tools that I used is commenting. Imagine you go and comment on someone's post, not a just ordinary comment like great, I like it, all the best. Yeah, they are not so meaningful. If you want real engagement from the author, from the person who posted originally, it has to be beyond great or all the best. That means you haven't done the justice. You got to read that article. You got to, probably watch that video clip and then comment in a more meaningful way. That's a real engagement. It can't be just an ordinary compliment. It has to spark a conversation. You could ask a question to further elaborate. These kind of things can actually help you reach out to clients that you wouldn't even think about reaching out. Sometimes they would connect back because you are commenting in a very meaningful way. They would want to get connected. I mean, I got connected to so many industry leaders simply because I used to go and meaningfully comment on them. So ask yourself, it could be even Facebook, it could be LinkedIn, whether you are meaningfully commenting. So if you could do that, it could really help you. So Dilani says that she has started write on LinkedIn, and within a short period of time, she realized the power of LinkedIn. Yes. So whoever writes would know the power. And then few more points before I wrap up the session. I shared my knowledge. Now, this is about creating content. Now, people ask, okay, what do I do, Amita? How do I create content? Now, I know a industry leader who has not created enough content, and someone who has around 3,000 connections. And then he was having a chat with me recently. He lives in a different country. And then I asked him, how is business? He said, Amita, I'm struggling. So I looked at his profile and I said, hey, no wonder you're not doing anything about it. To be active on LinkedIn, it doesn't cost you. And then you have a free platform. And if you are struggling with business, you can get new clients from other countries where the economy is better than your country's economy. And I don't think you can see. I don't see that you do it. And then apparently I'm having a discussion with him because I know him for a while. I'm having a Teams call with him on Saturday to help him. Maybe he knows what to do, but then sometimes you need this little push, little motivation to start. And recently I help another global level professional, who works for one of the top 5 social media organization in the world, finding a new job. How? I just said, hey, you are not producing enough content. That's all. Now, so much of people do not produce enough content, and then they say, hey, I'm struggling in my business. I can't find that new job. I don't have enough clients, because the clients don't recognize you. Clients don't see you. So if you want clients to see you, if you want to get connected to global clients, now, okay, a great thing happened. I was on my way back. I met someone. Recently I was in Dubai, and I was on my way back, and we had a chat. She was a lady, and then we had a chat, and then say, hi, what do you do? And she's from another country. And then the first thing I did was I got connected with her on LinkedIn. And then I saw that her profile was not the best. And I said, hey, I could help you. It doesn't cost you. I could help you optimize your profile. And then, she said, yeah, that would be great. Of course, I'm yet to contact her and then, be in touch. But then we immediately got connected on LinkedIn. So I'm meeting someone physically in a plane, and then brief discussion for 5 minutes. I would lose that person forever if I don't get connected. Maybe if I ask her a business card, that would not be the most appropriate thing. Pulling a business card while you are boarding to your plane it's tough. So the best thing was I showed her my QR code, my LinkedIn QR code. I pulled my profile, pulled my QR code, and I just showed her. She scanned it, and then we are connected. So the slightest opportunity you get, it could be online, offline. But then if you meet someone offline, pull that person to your LinkedIn so that you are connected forever. Are you doing it actively? I do it. I walk the talk, and then it has helped me. So probably, who knows? She could help me find my kind of clients, because I'm going to anyway help her optimize her profile completely free of charge. That's it. So what else you do? So you share your knowledge as content. It could be a little video clip. If you are shy to create a video, write. Ask your graphic designer to maybe prepare a PDF file which has 10 pages, sharing your knowledge in a graphically attractive way. That would get the attention of your target audience. They are going to stop scrolling and read the PDF file because you are sharing your knowledge. LinkedIn has recently changed the algorithm so much. People who share knowledge, people who are knowledgeable, who are experts, will have better audience. They'll make sure the algorithm will help you reach more people who are interested in your kind of content. So make sure, create a lot of good content. So I share knowledge through content that has helped me. I would have told you this. No, I don't think I have told you this. I got a message from my inbox is full. Generally, you look at when you look at your dashboard, it tells you so many people have reacted to your post, checked your post, watched your video. But for me, success is there in my inbox. How many messages do I get in my inbox? That's how I measure my success. So uh, there was a general manager connected to me from African content. He's been promoted to the C-suite. So he wanted my coaching and he approached me. So I asked him, what made you contact me? Amit, I saw your content and you talk about coaching. You talked about LinkedIn. So I thought, I need to get connected to you. And there was someone else who got connected to me for a training program. I asked him, did you check my profile? He was not connected to me. He said, no, LinkedIn suggested when I was looking for certain type of people, LinkedIn suggested your profile. So I checked your profile. So my content has helped him to get a suggestion, I would say. So these are some of the ways to get connected to top professionals, potential clients. So I make sure people get value through my content, which made some important people connected to me. I was never worried about the numbers, even though I have close to 37,000 connections now. That I'm not playing a number game. For me, my goal is quality, not quantity. Quantity will be driven automatically. If my content is good, if what I do here is great, naturally people will get connected to me. That nobody can stop. But if I do things with great care when it comes to quality, I don't think I can survive here. So I pay attention to quality more than the quantity. So the content can attract international clients. Now, that's something that happened to me. I have an international audience. They used to come and comment, react, and also they came to my inbox and say, hey, look, Amita, you talk a lot about coaching, maybe. You talk a lot about consulting. Can we work with you? Do you help these kind of clients? Then I say yes. And for your information, video has really helped me. I know if you are shy, if you are camera shy, it's so unfortunate. I was not a camera friendly person. I was struggling, unlike my kids. But then I tried so hard, did so many videos. I would have deleted more videos than the videos that I have posted because I don't do well on video. So I created more video content, which has helped me. And then, of course, I ran the most number of audio events here in Sri Lanka. Not much. I haven't run 25 audio events, but then if I have run to 15 or 10, those audio events have helped me. I have used a lot of template. I have shared a lot of quotes using template. That's a new feature. It's not new anymore, but then which could help you. Imagine you don't want to run audio events, video events. You don't have a graphic designer to help you with a PDF creation, or maybe you are not familiar with Canva. Use a template and share a quote rather than keeping your profile empty when it comes to content creation. Of course, you can run a poll. I didn't overdo polls, but then I run a poll at least twice a month, and there's good response from people. Of course, I shared real life success stories, small wins. People love it. And that's an endorsement. When I say, hey, I want a client in Dubai, and here I am going to Dubai. No, you can't. You have to really go. And then as soon as I went there, in my case, I did a video and I said, this is how I found a client in Dubai. So likewise, share your wins, your authentic stories. Customers love it. And then potential clients would reach out to you and say, hey, look, we see that you have done this. Can we also work with you? So we have Rashmi, Madhushanka Vikramasinghe, respect you. Okay, thank you. And I have my friend Migara. Your advice has been really helpful to improve my LinkedIn profile. Yeah, I know, Migara, you do so well and you are very active on LinkedIn. And you will find a lot of international clients. If any of you have missed whatever the inputs that I have given today, go back check my video again once this is over. Of course, the same video will go to YouTube. Maybe by next week, my editor will do the needful. And then, of course, Dinuka, who has really followed some of those tips and done really well on LinkedIn and still doing well on a daily basis. And of course, Dinuka has another comment. Thanks for your insights and advice all the time, of course. So when you share your expertise, naturally, you will have more connections. People will respect you. It'll improve your authority on the subject. People will respect. Yeah. So moving on, what else? I was also focusing on certain geographical markets. I was focusing on the US and the Middle East. And then I was getting connected to more people in the US. So they react, they engage with your content, which will show your content to more people from the US. Of course, I was engaging with more people in the Middle East. And then I was also engaging on content created by professionals and top business leaders in the Middle East. Now that increased my reach in the Middle Eastern and the US markets, where I have now clients from US and the Middle East. And I made sure that to have a lot of decision makers on my network from those markets. Now I'm paying attention to Africa as well and Japan, for your information. Those are long shots. Now the moment you start getting connected to business owners and professionals in Africa, don't expect business to happen tomorrow. LinkedIn is not a hunting game. It's a farming game. It takes time. Now, my first proper client from the Middle East, it took 3 years. It's painful. You don't even see a destination. You don't see your client coming in, but it definitely will happen. You have to be consistent until you see results. So I had to work hard for 3 years to see results coming from Middle East. So I got connected to a lot of thought leaders directly or engage with their content, which I do always. Sometimes I buy a book written and published by somebody. And I say, hey, look, I have your book with me. And then they come and reach out to you. I can remember my 14-year-old son reading Elon Musk's biography. And after reading the book, tagging the author and saying, I read this book. And the author coming and commenting, I hope you enjoyed the book. Amazing. So this is how you enhance your network, by engaging in a meaningful way. It will definitely help you reach out to global markets. And I also have helped a lot of people. For your information, during COVID, I ran 90 webinars to help local companies completely free of charge. Some of them were my clients. 90 webinars completely free of charge. Help a lot of people navigate difficulties. And sometimes, people reach out to me and say, Amit, I lost my account on LinkedIn. What do I do? Recently, one of the top business owners reached out to me and said, Amit, I lost my account. Even I reported when his account was hacked and taken over by someone else. I told how he should be going around. So he had to upload his national ID card, and he had to prove to LinkedIn that he's the rightful owner of the account. And then I was there with him for 1 month until he recovered it. And then as soon as he recovered the profile, he posted a post. He shared his story for the benefit of others. So I help a lot of people and expect nothing in return. But what happens? They connect you to the right people. So, and then for your information, if you want to get a lot of results, probably quickly, even though I don't want to use the word, get connected to Sri Lankan professionals who are in those respective markets. Sometimes they can help you better. And I'm not saying that every Sri Lankan is going to help you, but then definitely they can help you, which I have done, which has helped me. So we have Dylan. Thank you for this valuable insight. Yeah, I'm just sharing how I got hold of a lot of international clients, global level clients. And I'm still on my way. I don't say that, I have got enough clients? No, I can still get more clients. I have space. My team is expanding. So before I wrap up, let me summarize what I have shared with you today so that you could go back and see what you could do. Locally, I was only focusing on the local markets before the pandemic. So with the pandemic, I connected with global industry experts, checked the industry, check the markets, and realize some markets are doing better, some industries are doing better. I started getting connected to those markets and those industries, started joining groups, started running events, participated in various audio and video events, followed a lot of pages, subscribed to a lot of newsletters, then have Google alerts, and following a lot of hashtags. That I did, which you should be doing. And then pay attention to global business landscape. Optimize your profile, see whether you need to change your headline a little bit, whether you want to change your maybe service page. If you're into services, check your service page. Maybe it needs certain amount of update. Check those, and then experiment with new features when they introduce new features. Go and network with decision makers, not only local decision makers, but global level decision makers. Share your knowledge without any hesitation. Don't expect anything in return, but karma works. Yeah, help a lot of people, and then use certain simple features like templates, polls, if you are unable to do video and audio events. Expand your business reach and target certain geographical markets and get connected to professionals and business owners in those markets. So I have focused the US and the Middle East, which is really now giving me results. As I told you, I'm focusing on Africa and Japan. Of course, even certain markets in European Union, say for an example, Germany, with my kind of products, and then help a lot of people, not only on LinkedIn, whether it's Facebook or whatever, help a lot of people. A lot of people come to you when they see you an expert. Spare some time. I go to universities and I help them. I work with ICTS/com local organizations. They share whatever you have done in their platforms when you do it. I mean, I'm doing it not expecting any of those, but you cannot stop them posting about what you have done because you don't charge them. And when you do it free, they love it. So this is how so far I have been able to become successful using LinkedIn in international markets. Okay, we have Shanaka. Hi, Amita. We have known each other for over 2 decades, but this is only the second live program of yours I joined due to busy schedule. Many thanks for the insight shared to enhance the quality and global reach of LinkedIn profile. Shanaka, I'm there for you anytime you want to optimize your LinkedIn profile or reach out to global markets. I'm there. With your knowledge, I know you can work as a consultant. Of course, I know you are currently working somewhere, but then the probably more than 3 decades of experience can actually help you to act as a consultant in helping many industries locally and globally. So my suggestion to everybody, use a leverage LinkedIn. If you are a business owner, come to Loco Business page, Loco Business, and then you will find my course that is for you to leverage your business page and your profile. If you want to optimize your profile, checking some of my videos on business advisor and simple books can help you optimize your profile and leverage LinkedIn. But then if you are a business owner who wants to know how to leverage your business page along with your profile, you can go to Loco Business and then go to my LinkedIn course and you can follow that. And Gayan says, thank you for insightful thoughts, Amita. So everybody, whoever has joined here, thank you so much for coming and, on a holiday. But this is how we grow, learning from people who has done it. I have done it myself. So I walk the talk. this is my 2 cents. And I would like to see you soon with another LinkedIn live. Probably I'm thinking about running a LinkedIn live video from Dubai. So see you soon. Until such time, take care of yourself and all the best and happy LinkedIn journey. Good night.